So here's our question. Question number 22. It's not even on your handout. It's from last week. Can someone have great faith yet never receive a healing breakthrough? Right? We looked at the importance that the Bible places on faith and healing, the connection between faith and healing. And so, can someone have great faith yet never receive a breakthrough here on earth? Never. The answer is yes. This is what sets us apart from so many of the healing preachers and healing evangelists that might be out there that don't have a place for suffering in their theology. But my answer is yes. And it's based on the Bible, and we'll look at that in a second. God may see your great faith and grant you healing. And we rejoice in the fact that He does that. And we are looking at these scriptures to build faith in us and confidence in the fact that the Lord has healing available for people today. And it's based on faith. Or He may see your great faith and respond by giving you the power to endure faithfully and suffer well for Jesus. That is a reality. And I don't think it's seen any more clearly than in Hebrews chapter number 11, the faith chapter. As you're reading through Hebrews chapter number 11, you're seeing all of these wonderful feats done by faith. And at the end of the chapter, he says, and what more shall I say? He's already been talking about faith for 30-something verses. Time would fail me to tell of Gideon and Barak and Samson and Jephthah of David and Samuel and the prophets who, through faith, what did they do through faith? They conquered kingdoms. Hoorah, come on. They enforced justice. They obtained promises. They stopped the mouths of lions, Daniel in the lion's den. They quenched the power of fire. They escaped the edge of the sword, were made strong out of weakness. All of this by faith. Amazing. Became mighty in war, put foreign armies to flight. Women received back their dead by resurrection. Wow. Some were tortured, refusing to accept release so that they might rise again to a better life. All of these successes, except for the last one, except for being tortured and killed, but all of these, though, were produced by faith, and that's what we would want, right? That's what faith does. Look at what faith can do. But then, the next couple verses, all of them had great faith, accomplished all those great feats. Look at the very next verses. Others who had great faith, who had the same great faith, suffered mocking and flogging and even chains and imprisonment. They were stoned. They were sawn in two, like sawed in half. We think that we were probably talking about the prophet Isaiah there. I think the prophet Isaiah was put into a stump of a tree, and then they cut the stump in half while he was in the hollowed out stump, and they cut the prophet Isaiah in two. They went about in skins of sheep and goats, destitute, afflicted, mistreated. You think they were sick during this time? I think so. Of whom the world was not worthy. They had such a caliber of faith, this world is not worthy of those kind of human beings. Wandering about in deserts and mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. Who was their God? Yahweh. How has Yahweh always represented himself to his people as the Lord our healer? Was their God the Lord who heals? He certainly was. But God's will for them at that time was not that they escape the trials and tribulations that they were in, but that they would have such a faith that they would be able to suffer well for Jesus. And then in their dying breath, the Lord would give them all the promises that he had promised them. So, same great faith. Miracles, same great faith, suffering well for Jesus. It's not our responsibility to determine which one we get. That's the Lord's. That's our King. That's our Savior. That's our Master. He gets to make the determination on which group we're in. I'm gonna opt into Group A if possible, and I'm gonna expect Group A. And I already have seen miracles like that of Group A in my life, and I hope to see so many more. But I understand that if that is my lot in life, it may not be because I don't have faith. Maybe because the Lord is giving me supernatural endurance to suffer well for Jesus.